Woodward Sports Network presents a sports show that's more than just sports. Welcome to The Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
And here we go. That's right. Ermanni and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network, Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. Whoops. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, good save there on the Lysol wipes or the Clorox wipes, whatever. Yeah. We wipe our areas down over here, mainly because I'm a germ freak.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
And I was prior to pandemic, might I say. People thought, Braylon Edwards, that I was the craziest person in the world because I'd go to work every day and I'd have my own Lysol wipes, which was uncommon at that time. Yeah. And I'd wipe my desk down and my phone and my computer every single day.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I carry Purell in my pocket every day. People will be like, "You're nuts. What are you doing?" And now, who's crazy?
Hey,
you are.
COVID still exists, man. How's your day going, buddy?
So far, so good, Braylon Edwards. I'm having a good day today. I'm not going to let anybody ruin it. The weather sucks, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're getting by. How's your day, my friend?
Day's going good, man. I woke up thinking about two things. I've been thinking about two things since the time I woke up to now getting in the show. Thing one, I still can't believe that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I know it's 4 days old now, but it's like, did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air really do? Like,
I got some videos on that too.
It came back.
I got an addition to that story today.
You got an addition?
I do. I do have an addition to that story that I'd like to hit you with in just a couple of minutes, if that's okay. No pun intended.
Hey, that's fun. I saw what you did there. Second thing is Cade Cunningham, man. Like, what an amazing player, man. I saw the interview after the game last night. They lost to the Nets, but they were very competitive. I think it was 123-30. Scored 29 points in the last quarter and a half. Like, he's just playing at an exponential rate. And then I was looking at the odds for Rookie of the Year, and he's third at plus 1,000. I'm like,
unbelievable. I saw plus 1,600 for Cade Cunningham.
The disrespect to Detroit is real. I mean, yeah, we got Hard Knocks, so I don't want to talk too much because we did get Hard Knocks, and we did get the draft. We were hopping up and down yesterday. But the fact that this man is playing at an exponential rate, 17.5, 5.6, 5.7 is what he's averaging. Only 10 rookies in the history of the NBA have averaged those numbers. And guess what? They all won Rookie of the Year. So I think the Detroit Pistons, with 7 games left in the season, got to start promoting this man for Rookie of the Year.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you.
Hey, fellas. Happy hump day.
How you doing today, Maz? We were concerned about you today.
I'm doing good.
Braylon and I
turned on Cade last night, fourth quarter. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is it really that big of a deal if he wins Rookie of the Year? Really?
I think in the NBA it is, to be honest with you.
We all know what he is.
Yeah, we do. But those.
It happens to be a great class.
There are awards in basketball that are similar to numbers in baseball.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whether it's Hank Aaron or Barry Bonds or Roger Maris, numbers in the NBA, and it's a much lower scale. I guess it's not a fair comparison, but everybody knows that Grant Hill won the Rookie of the Year,
co-MVP,
co-Rookie of the Year with Jason Kidd.
But we both know that.
We know that.
Guess what? I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that.
Watch this though. Everybody that wins Rookie of the Year, for the most part, goes on to win Hall of Fame. And I'm not saying just because he's not Rookie of the Year that he won't be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying that. I know it's a lot of career left, so let's not start that conversation.
So how about a Cole?
But I'm saying, like, literally, Kevin Garnett, Hall of Fame. Grant Hill, soon to be Hall of Fame. Jason Kidd, Hall of Fame. Michael Jordan, Shaq. And the list goes on. Allen Iverson won. Like, you make Rookie of the Year, it is a sign of respect. He's doing something that only 10 players have ever done.
So we've got that on the show today as well. But, Maz, I want to hit you with something. Braylon, we were talking about this earlier. So Maz, for everybody out there, Sam and Alex, Maz says to us this morning, hey, guys, going in for an MRI today. I'll see you later.
Well, I got migraines.
Migraines,
I've been a migraine sufferer my whole life. They're just getting worse.
Getting worse, and there are days where you come in here where you shouldn't be here because your head hurts so much. So I'm driving into work today, and I just want to check on our buddy.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, how was your MRI today? And he says, I didn't go. I couldn't go in. Do you want to explain for us what happened today, Maz?
Well, yeah. I was heading in. I had my MRI scheduled for 9 a.m. Got there at 8:30. Checked in, put on the scrubs, The girls took me in. They were sweet. There was like 5 people waiting for you in there. First of all, you walk in, there's 5 people. I'm like, what the hell you need 5 people for? I'm just going to lay down and get this MRI.
It's usually just one. It's just like 2. It's like 2 people. It's like it's like a tech and a nurse.
Well, they had like 5 people in there. So anyway, I lay down on
Big
this
guy.
You put your head in this little. You put your head in this half moon thing, so you can get comfortable.
Yeah.
And then they start telling you, all right, we're going to put you in there. You want to listen to music? You want to watch TV?
What did I text you? What did I tell you?
You said listen to Marvin Gaye or Casey Kasem, and I loved it. Yeah. I was too late. I was on my way home already at that point. So anyway, I get on the table, and they have to put the dye in you. So they're ready to put the
iodine.
The iodine. So they want to put the what do you call it in you? The IV. So as they're putting the IV in me, I'm like, how long do I got to be in this? I'm like, how long do I got to be in this thing? And they're like, 25 minutes. I'm like, 25 minutes? And I'm starting to get like really, I'm losing my breath because I got to go in this
anxiety,
tube.
Yeah.
I got to go in this tube. And then they already know. They ask, are you claustrophobic? Yeah, I'm a little claustrophobic. I mean, you don't even go in an elevator.
No, I don't. I can't go in an
I'm okay with
elevator.
that. But you're putting me, 265-pound guy, in a tube.
Woo!
Okay? So as they're telling me what they're doing, they're sticking me with the needle. I don't even feel the thing going in. And then they put the little TV thing on my face. The minute they put that thing on my face, I was like, get it off. Get this thing off. They're like, okay, no problem. Then they put the little earplugs in because it's loud, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's loud
So
as
they
hell.
put the little earplugs in. And I'm like, I'll just listen to some music. So then they put these big headphones on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then they put this like plastic thing like over your face. This has to go over your face because this is the way it has to be. I wasn't even in the tube yet.
That's something new, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't. I can't. I'm like, how long? 25 minutes? They're like, take it easy. It's okay.
So
this
you gotta
happens
get
to a
knocked
lot
out.
of people. This happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know. We'll just reschedule you, and we'll get you something to relax you. I'm like, I just want to be knocked out completely.
And they couldn't do that?
No, they couldn't do it then because you need an anesthesiologist.
Oh, my God.
I knew that you didn't go through with the MRI, and the reason why I knew, and me and Alex talked about it, is because, I woke up, I think I saw it late, and I said, hey, man, turn on the Marvin Gaye, whatever. He had already started talking about some Twitter thing that was going on the show, adding adage to our show segment. I said, the last time I had an MRI, you can't have your electronics in the MRI machine. But to Maz's credit to what he's talking about, that thing is, I'm not claustrophobic. I've had a couple of them for my knees, playing football, whatever. So I've, sat in them or laid in them, excuse me. But I can definitely see how people can get anxiety being in those things. They are super tight.
So on my way home, I'm on Jefferson. It's beautiful. It's ugly out, but the water is so beautiful. I mean, it was white capping today.
Yeah,
did you see that water today?
I did.
Lake St. Clair is like,
she was really banging today.
It was wicked. So I'm looking at it, and here comes a text from Braylon. Hey, man, good luck today. Good luck today. Listen to some Marvin Gaye or Casey Kasem.
It's my guy, man.
So I was going to write him back. I didn't even make it, but I was so embarrassed, and just kept going.
Yeah, he definitely didn't tell me he didn't go. But I told him in the back. I told him, I said, when he goes, I'll hold his hand next time. So I'll make sure we get through it next time. We got to get these migraines underway.
Oh, man.
So another
So
thing,
I got a migraine right now as we're talking.
well, thanks for that,
started.
Maz. Thanks for coming in today. We certainly just want your health and
I
well-being.
love being here with you guys.
Guys, I wanted to bring this to your attention, too. Did you see what was trending today as far as Eric Church goes,
sure
the country
did.
singer?
I saw it.
did.
So Eric Church had a pretty big concert scheduled in San Antonio, Texas on Saturday night. He says it's the most selfish thing he is ever asking his fans to do, but he is canceling that concert so he could be in New Orleans and attend the UNC Duke game. He's a huge Tar Heel basketball fan.
Yeah.
This is the first time they've ever met up in the NCAA tournament, and here we are in the Final Four alone. So he is going to New Orleans instead of playing
canceled his
the
tour.
concert. What do you guys make of that? Because it doesn't affect me,
Right.
so I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm exactly with you on that.
If
Otherwise,
it affected me,
it sucks.
I would be
Yeah,
so mad.
It sucks.
I think it's cool that he's that big where he can make a call like that. Like, not everybody can make a call like that. Some you tell your manager or you tell your record label or you tell whoever's putting the concert on, whoever the promoters, the sponsors. Think about all those guys and pay for the concert. Hey, you know what? UNC and Duke are playing this week. I think I'm going to miss this concert. We'll have to make it up. I love it, but like you said, if I was a part of it, if I literally had flown into San Antonio and me and my girl and going to this concert I was waiting to do, we had to put money in a hotel, stay in the hotel, and it's like, oh, by the way, show's canceled. We're going to reschedule and let you guys know, man. It'd be some problems. It'd be a Will Smith, Chris Rock situation.
Listen, you can almost compare it for the people that were trying to watch the USA today. And Sam, I want you to put your mic on. USA was playing, I think it was Colombia?
I'm not a big soccer guy.
The U.S. national team playing Colombia, Sam?
I mean, I'm not fish, so I'm not a big USA soccer
here's
guy.
the kicker.
That was good.
If the U.S.
That's Sam Reynolds, not Sam Fisher.
I understand that, but I thought I heard you talking to D-Mac in the back about it.
He was just smiling and
My
nodding.
mistake. Anyway, if the U.S. didn't lose by 6 goals today, by whoever they're playing in this World Cup qualifier, they'd get in. I know that. That's what I'm saying. If they didn't lose 6-0. So they decided to take the forfeit instead.
Did they decide that?
No.
They decide.
No.
It's not official
That's
yet?
not official. It was a
Okay.
discussion of they're playing Costa Rica, and if
There
they
you go.
forfeit
That's
tonight,
what I asked you.
You know what? That was my bad. They're playing Costa Rica.
I give up.
Liberty.
They're playing Costa Rica, and if they forfeit tonight,
Where
they
am I?
make the World Cup. So
If you forfeit, you lose 3-0, which would qualify you for the World Cup. But now all the people bought tickets to watch that match is what I'm bringing it up for,
Right.
to compare it to Eric Church.
I see what you're saying.
Okay?
there.
Would you forfeit?
You know,
You have the choice.
Balls in your court.
That's a rule.
I'm a long game kind of guy.
Forfeit.
Right? I'm a long game kind of guy. If you're telling me there's a 100% certainty that I get to the World Cup by forfeiting, and you tell me there's a 99.9% chance of getting to the World Cup if I play, I'm taking the 100% sure thing.
Yeah.
I just am. I'll take my chances. I'll have a couple of people be mad at me, but a lot more people who bought tickets for that game would be mad at me if we lost 6-0 and
would
didn't
hurt.
make it to the World Cup. So, yeah, I'd forfeit, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like sitting your guys.
Right.
It's like sitting your guys when your team needs to lose to have the number 1 pick.
Okay.
You as an organization, you're not trying to win that game. You sit all your starters.
Yeah.
You mean like Philly did against Washington 2 years ago?
Exactly.
And it cost Doug Peterson his job.
Absolutely. Remember that when he wouldn't bring in?
Yeah.
I think he did have Jalen Hurts be the who was the quarterback that day? It was terrible.
I forget.
though. But he had that quarter. You're
I think it was Braylon.
Hey, first of all,
Sorry, I know you'd be better.
I got it.
Either
I'm
way,
sorry. I never
that's
came
what
up.
I would. That's what I would equate it to.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you look at it in one situation, you want to make sure you have a sure thing, like you said. Literally, you lose 3-0. So you're fine. If you forfeit, you get in. If you play, you might get hurt. Hell, you might bench your starters, and they might get beat 6-0. You just don't know. I just know that if they do forfeit, they're going to be public enemy number 1 in World Cup. People are going to be looking at them, oh, yeah, that's USA, a bunch of forfeiters. So I think if they do this, they're going to be public enemy number 1.
Braylon, you had mentioned about the Will Smith at the top of the show here. I had an opportunity to talk to The Undertaker today.
Oh.
I'm going to play that for you next.
Mark Calloway.
And I asked him what he would do if Will Smith came on stage and tried to slap him. I want you to hear what he has to say about that. Then I want to ask you, what would happen if somebody tried to slap you?
I can't believe that you got to talk to my boy.
I know, man.
The phenom. I'm so jealous right now.
Hall of Famer. We'll have that for you next. Plus, get into some Detroit Lions talk as well. Jordan Schultz tells Dan Patrick that the Lions are picking Malik Willis. We'll have that clip for you as well. Adam, though, had a guest on this morning that said there is no way this is happening. So a differing set of opinions regarding the Lions pick at number 2. If you could believe it. We'll have all that and much more. Ermanni and Edwards.
I'm not going to let you say you had Mark Calloway on the show and just speed right by that.
Rest in peace.
I freaking hate you right now. This is Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Detroit, you've been waiting. You've been asking, and now he's back. Starting Monday, April 4th, Terry Foster joins the Morning Woodward Show every day, bringing you Detroit sports like only he can. The Morning Woodward Show with Terry Foster and Adam starts April 4th, live on the Woodward Sports Network.
SMA has been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for over a decade against the issues surrounding mental health and substance use disorder. With the help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stance against these matters. Soon coming to Woodward Sports. Actually, already happened. Got to go to Woodward Sports Network. Got to go to our website page. Check it out. This is the F Word, and the F Word is fentanyl. It's a sports marketing agency / Woodward Sports Network podcast talking about mental health issues, talking about substance use disorder, trying to give people information, trying to be very discreet. Get it out there. Everybody is going through something. You want to listen to this. You want to get down. It is some good stuff by Sean Jordan. If you are struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com.
What would have happened if Will Smith came up on stage and slapped you like Chris Rock?
No, he wouldn't have done that. No.
Wouldn't have happened.
He would have went to slap me and he would have pulled back a nub. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little cynical about things, and I'm not sure. I mean, if you're gonna, I ought to probably keep my mouth shut. I don't know what man slaps another man.
Yeah. You're the greatest. You're the greatest.
If you're gonna walk up, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it. Yeah. He trained. He trained for Ali. I mean, he did. You mean to tell me you can't come with a straight right hand? I don't know. I just.
You are the greatest, man.
Oh boy.
If you're going to make that move, you got to make that move. You got to commit.
And that video courtesy of Fox 2. I will tell
I'm so
you.
Jealous of you still, man.
I will tell you, what a thrill for me to speak to The Undertaker. I mean, I was 11 years old when he got into the squared circle. 30-year career.
Yeah, the greatest ever.
Huge WWE fan. To get a chance to sit there and just ham it up with him, are you kidding me?
Right.
This job does not suck.
Soon to be on the eve of WrestleMania this Saturday and Sunday, 2-night event. Oh, man, down in Dallas, by the way. But you saw him. You saw his energy. Mark Calloway was like, I would have killed him.
Yeah.
I would have killed him.
Why was he on today? Was it because of
promoting going into the WWE Hall of Fame and then WrestleMania? You know, we have a WWE on Fox kind of relationship.
Got it. That's cool.
Because of SmackDown, so they offer us their people a lot.
It's
and
awesome.
Obviously, a lot of the new age guys, not too many people. It's niche, you know.
You should have invited Braylon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would have loved to. I was so flustered a little bit. You know what I mean? But
are you the only one on the panel that knows what he's talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you have not Chris Rock? Will Smith comes up to slap you. What happens, Ryan?
I'm probably a little taken back at first.
Kind of like Chris Rock?
Yeah. And then I probably walk up to him and be like, dude, what the F are you doing?
Yeah.
Chris Rock basically said that.
And then see what happens from there. I don't know. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said, I just swing right back. I'd be lying to you if I said that. I would probably be like, especially if I didn't see it coming, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
So two things. This is what I think about it. Thing one, you cracked the joke about his wife. Will Smith gets up, and I understand it's Hollywood. What did you think he was coming up there to do? You thought he was coming up there to give you a hug? You thought he was coming up there to whisper something in your ear? You knew he was coming with some type of energy or aggression. So me personally, I wrestle with what I would have done. Me and my mom were actually talking about this the other day, and I think when I was younger, we would have been scrapping. Like we would have been squabbling on stage right then and there. Being older now, 39, it's just not a good look. And I think Chris Rock handled it about the best. He handled it as professionally as you could.
Totally.
With total class and dignity the way in which he went about it. I would have tried to block the slap. I wouldn't have let him slap me. But I don't think I would have got down. It would have been a bad look to see two pillars of the Hollywood community, two pillars of the black community, wrestling and fighting on the stage. I don't think I would have done it, but hey, you never know in the moment. I might have dropped him.
I'll tell you, Chris Rock's going to make out on this.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, his concerts are selling out. Obviously, he's adding more shows. The Fox Theater added another show on September 17th. The tickets that were $47 in Boston this weekend are now on secondary for over $1,000.
Yeah. But
he
don't get that money. I get it.
And the secondary market, sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's not making that money, but
But he's making money with the extra dates.
The extra dates, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I like both those guys.
Yeah.
So the more I look at it, and then he went up and he did a speech, and he's like, I was Richard Williams. I protected my family. When he said those words, I said, okay, I was fake, because he just protected his wife. But the more days that go on and go on, I guess it ain't fake, man. I don't want to sound like a dummy.
No.
Right.
But you understand what I mean? When he said those words, it just all came together like maybe this was a phony.
No, I don't think it's a phony. And I don't think it's a phony. What I think it is, I think that Jada Pinkett Smith has de-emasculated her man. Like, she basically sat at a red table at her show. Appreciate that, Sam. Sat on the red table, did the show, and she said on the show, you can go back and watch it right now on the internet. She says, looking at her husband, and they've been married for over 20 years, she says, if he really loved me, then he would have knew what was going on, or he knew I was kind of like distant from him. He would have known if he really loved me. And she's always talking about Tupac. I don't know if she has alopecia. She might be trying to look like Tupac. I just think with all the things that she said, all the things that she's done to him, he's a shell of himself right now. Like, he's not who he is. I mean, he's still a great actor.
Yeah.
He still was King Richard. He still can be a method actor. But in terms of Will Smith, he doesn't know who that is, because he actually laughed at the joke.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a lot of people that believe that was a staged event because Pfizer is coming out with an alopecia drug.
There you go. I'm just telling you,
and
man.
it raises the conversation.
Just listen to his speech.
Yeah.
Either way, I protected my family.
But he came out with something. Did you see that?
The apology.
The apology to Chris Rock. And
I haven't heard Chris Rock's.
Chris
Rock hadn't said anything
I don't
yet.
think he said anything
I think if you want to know what Chris Rock says about
you gotta go to his
you
show.
got to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
And you know you can't have your phones. They're locking everybody's phones.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
But
I'm not a fan of Jada Pinkett, by the way. I am totally not a fan of her.
Neither am I. Yeah, neither am I at all.
She played a great Catwoman in Gotham and all, but
she was good.
Hey, just to circle back though with the Undertaker. I mean, how cool is that? And I see Mark Malak on the YouTube chat. Is that the real Undertaker from back in the day? Yes, that is Mark Calloway, who
Texas man
opened his career in 1990 at the Survivor Series.
Started in WCW. He was big bad Mark Calloway, and then he came over to WWE. The cool thing in looking back, like when you're really a fan of WWE, is you realize when you do your homework, there were so many different personas before they got to the persona that worked for him. Mark Calloway was about 6 personas.
Same with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stunning Steve Austin.
What about The Rock? Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia, yeah, man. You gotta find that niche. You gotta keep going until you find the right character, man. And Undertaker, the best persona of all time.
And one of the things that he said to me too is like, because I asked him, how do you
more than Hulk?
Persona, yeah, I'm taking Undertaker because look how long Undertaker's one persona has lasted.
But I'm not a wrestling fan.
Okay,
but I know Hulk Hogan.
Sure,
this is true. Hulk Hogan's the biggest ever until The Rock came along.
Yeah, and then The Rock because those guys got mainstream.
Those
I
are my guys.
The Undertaker specifically, he was like a WWE guy. I mean, because
stayed in character.
Because of that dead man character, he almost had to hide out for so many years because it ruins the character. Now as the WWE evolves and you get to a point where the game is out, the cat's out of the bag, then you can get out there. And he evolved. He did talk about today how he evolved over 30 years. You know, he went from the dead man to the phenom
to the American badass.
The American badass. You know, he changed.
Brothers of Destruction.
Absolutely. Yeah. He changed as it went on. And I don't know. It's just really cool to talk to him. I could geek out on WWE stuff all day long.
He got the Dead Man Reckoning, those documentaries that are on WWE now on Peacock. And just listening to him talk, he says he really lived that character. He was the Undertaker in the airport. He was the Undertaker at the bar. He was literally the Undertaker. And it wasn't until he did the American Badass that he said, well, maybe I can take away a little bit. Maybe I can be a normal person, a human being. But still, he was the American Badass.
No doubt about it. All right, guys, we're going to take a pause. When we come back, we'll get into some Detroit Lions talk. Brad Holmes talked about the possibility of drafting a quarterback. He is open to trading the pick. We will get his take on that. Plus, Jordan Schultz tells Dan Patrick the Lions are picking Malik Willis. We'll have all of it for you next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey everybody, it's Maz for the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. Today would be a perfect day to get the gang and head out over to Hamtramck and go see Chris Hutt at the Folding Warehouse. The football bowling game, beautiful warehouse, lots of space, plenty of lanes, couple of ways to play, $10 unlimited open play, or you can rent your own lane. 2 hours, have 10, 12 people on it, and have it for 2 hours for $120. Bring your own food in, have it delivered, get your drink on too, multiple full bars, over 100 beers to taste as well, and the $2 mystery beer machine. So get your foal on, tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
I think Scotty G and the guys at Woodward Bets are meeting at the Folding Warehouse on Saturday because I think they're going to the soccer match at 4 o'clock. So that should be cool. But guess what? You know where you should go right now? You should go to Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. It's time to get in shape. Ryan talked about the water, talked about Lake St. Clair. You want to be on the water. You want to take your shirt off. You want to look good. Well, you got to work out. The best place to work out is Planet Fitness, where it's only $10 a month.
Only $10?
Only $10, Sam. I'm telling you, man. It's the best place to get in shape because it is home of the judgment-free zone. Also, the Black Card, $22.99. Such amenities is over 2,000 locations worldwide. All access to you having the Black Card, hydro massage chairs, and unlimited tanning. Gotta love it. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Ermanni and Edwards, bottom line, Woodward Sports Network. Let's go. Clap it up, guys. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap it up. Clap
One more wrestling thing on that. Today is the 35th anniversary of WrestleMania 3 at the Silverdome.
I was there.
I was too.
I was at WrestleMania 3. I was at WrestleMania 23.
31.
Where was the very first one? Where was the very
New
first
York,
one?
Madison Square Garden.
Was that the Garden?
It was actually in a couple of different locations. It was in Chicago. It was in Madison Square Garden. The big match, Hulk Hogan.
Got it.
And
that was
Sheik.
at. Hulk Hogan.
Roddy Piper.
Hulk Hogan and
Paul
Mr.
Orndorff.
Wonderful
Paul
against Cowboy Bob Orton and Hot Rod Roddy Piper with Jimmy Snuka in his corner.
What was Cowboy Bob Orton's name? He used to wear the cast, and Roddy Piper used to call him something.
Cowboy Bob Orton?
No, he used to call him something else. It was like, dude, it was something. I'm going to look it up. Ask somebody in the chat. Like, he had a nickname for him. It was like the guy or something. I'm going to look it up.
I don't know. That's interesting.
It was Haas or something he had. Go ahead, though.
Oh, man. And then I'll never forget that Piper's Pit when he had
Jimmy Snuka?
Well, Jimmy Snuka. And then, of course, when he had Hogan and Andre the Giant in advance of WrestleMania 3. Oh, we could talk about this all day. WrestleMania 2, they're saying, was in different locations as well. I don't know. Either way, we'll figure that out.
Trump Plaza, the first WrestleMania.
No.
That's what Mark Guy is saying.
I think Mark is wrong. I think Trump Plaza was 4.
Are you talking Atlantic City Trump Plaza?
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
No, that was
Ace.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Hey, Wesley Dixon says Ace.
Ace, there it is.
Ace.
Yep, it was Ace.
Good job, Wesley Dixon.
Oh,
guys
man.
on the comments,
this is so great. It's phenomenal.
Ace.
All right, let's get some football talk, guys.
Hey, let's do our job, right?
I mean, well, either way, I don't know if anybody's entertained by this or not.
Yeah.
I could talk about this all day long.
Same.
You guys should do a wrestling show.
I could
with D-Mac in the middle.
Oh, my gosh.
D-Mac might get too hyped and like stunning me. I don't know.
He might.
Guys, Brad Holmes says he likes Jared Goff, but he's okay with drafting a quarterback. Also, that he is open to trading the pick.
Damn right
Here's what he had to say regarding that. Jared played good football for us late. This according to Dave Burkett. Jared played good football for us late in the year, so we have a lot of optimism about Jared going forward. So we have a quarterback. If you're asking, like, why do we not? If you're asking why did not we I don't understand what the hell that is. Do you see that?
Hop into that world of quarterback movement this offseason. I don't know what that means. We're happy with where Jared's at right now. We're looking forward to him having a productive year for us.
Basically,
that was
Jared
a little messed
Goff.
up.
Yeah, that was a little messed up.
What he's saying is, I'm going to draft a quarterback.
Well, and,
I don't know what he's saying.
And there is some sound on that. Here you go. This is from Brad Galley.
We could, pull a trade off if the other team is willing before the draft. I think this time last year, it was about a couple of teams in terms of like dialogue that we had with teams, but it does increase as the times go out. So I would say right now it's still relatively early for those discussions, but I would expect for it to heat up, especially with the pick that we have this year.
So interesting, because obviously we all want Malik Willis. I think we have decided as a show.
Not we all, just us, I think.
Okay, you're not there yet?
I did that quarterback spill yesterday with the Detroit draft pick in the first round. And
he talked himself out of it.
I kind of looked at that. I was like,
did you talk yourself out of it?
Not fully.
Okay.
I'm still on board with Malik Willis, Trayvon Walker, or Kayvon Thibodeau. Those are the three I want. Nobody else.
So my biggest fear about this whole Malik Willis thing, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. My biggest fear is that he turns into a mixture of Russell Wilson / Lamar Jackson.
Ouch, that's dangerous.
That is my biggest fear, because he's got Lamar Jackson's speed, but he's got Russell Wilson's height and deep ball.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Yeah.
So you combine those two guys. If he turns into that, and you pass on him,
he'll make a lot of money.
You have once again just set your franchise back a decade. You don't find guys like that a lot. Yeah. I believe it's worth taking the chance on him. I would rather crap out on Malik Willis than crap out on Kyle Hamilton. I would rather crap out on Malik Willis than I would rather crap out on Kayvon Thibodeau or Drake London or any Derek Stingley Jr., Trayvon Walker, any of them. That's how I feel about it. And I think if you miss on a quarterback, you then have the ability to at least make up for it. If you miss on a Jeff Okudah, you get fired. Does that make sense?
To me, it does.
Yeah.
And not only that, if Malik Willis does come to us at 2, you have him for 5 years, 4 plus an option, and you can do a lot more with the money that you have freed up. That you're not paying Jared Goff anymore. Yeah. You're not paying $40 million to Matthew Stafford, which he's making in L.A. You have 35. You have 30 extra million a year to play with. You go out and get any quarterback at that point.
Period.
The thing I'm going back and forth with the situation, because you could obviously, I'm trusting the football side of myself when I say I watched film this year and I wasn't impressed. I watched film this year and I was not impressed, but that's for a multitude of reasons. His offensive line was horrible. His skill set, talent-wise, was horrible. The defense was horrible. Liberty is a bad school. Liberty is a bad school, so a lot of that falls on you. When you get to snapping, literally, guys are in your lap right away. So you saw that. But I do love the speed. I do love the big arm. I do love the humbleness. I do love, he's excited to play. He wants to be coachable. He talked about being coachable. You got to love that. You want your guy, the head man, to be that. The guy at the helm, you want him to have that. So he definitely won me over there. But it's one of those things where defensive ends, rush ends, much, much, much safer bet than a quarterback. Because with a defensive end or a rush end, see ball, go get ball.
I get it.
See quarterback, go hit guy. See running back out the backfield, go hit him. It's a lot easier and it's a much safer pick to get a DN in the first round or the top pick, because they literally have been doing the same thing for all their lives.
I agree with you to a certain extent, and I'm going to use your words against you in this argument here. You are not the safe guy. You always talk about you want to lose, go be safe. Go be safe. You want to win 7, 8, 9, 10 games again. Go be safe. Go not take chances on these guys. I've got a gambler mentality in me a little bit, and I feel like this would be a gamble worth taking, because what did we see? And I forgot the gentleman that put the tweet out, but maybe it was Pelissero.
Tom Pelissero.
But it was basically that Buffalo-Kansas City game in the playoffs just
changed the whole scale.
Changed the landscape of the NFL. Do you have a guy under center that can compete in that game. Do you have that guy? And I think to go toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, could Jared Goff do that? Could he go toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott? I mean,
well, Jared Goff went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes and beat him in one of the best games we've seen in the last 5 years.
Not on the Lions, though.
True. But you said they got the best offensive line in the league.
I mean, I'm just
right.
Hey, look, there's a lot of different opinions on this guy. You got the Braylon, who he just spit out the truth.
Right.
The tape don't lie.
Right.
He looked like crap against teams that were at least halfway decent. And you're going to see that. There's guys that love him, and there's guys that say, don't take this guy. It's like taking an open hand grenade.
And maybe so. And we're going to hear one of those guys, two guys. One says take him, one says don't take him. And then we go back to this. And Maz, you called it out, and you did too, Braylon, a long time ago. If you could get a ransom for that pick, do you pass on the quarterback? And I'd love to see a deal. I'd love to see something tangible that we can compare.
The biggest fear that I have, and I think even with knowing that Trayvon Walker is safe, knowing that Kayvon Thibodeau should be safe, he's a defensive end, he's a rushing guys, it's a similar thing that they do. The one thing is if, and if is a strong word, man, if Malik Willis is that guy, if Malik Willis is what you say, if he turns into that, you're going to be killing yourself if you're the Detroit Lions. It's going to be another quarterback that we passed on. So I think that if is enough to make that draft pick.
Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Hey, gang, opening day is closing in. Only about, 9 days till opening day. It's the Tigers and the White Sox, of course, coming up down at Comerica Park on April the 8th, and we will be there. Woodward Sports, the whole team, Morning Woodward Show, Big D Energy and us, the bottom line, live broadcast, home opening parties, live DJs, live broadcasts, keg holding competitions, and more. Join us at the Brass Rail, 8 a.m. to 10 with the Morning Woodward Show. Then skip on over to the Music Hall Amphitheater. That's where the Big D Energy is going to be from 11 to 1, and then back to the Brass Rail with us from 2 to 4. Again, April 8th, it's a Friday. What else you got to do? Come celebrate the first real opening day in over 3 years. Come on down, Woodward Sports, opening day, April the 8th.
Hey, gang! I want to let you know about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac, located in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue. Les Stanford, your Corvette king. Nobody sells more than these guys. GM announced the all-new 2023 Corvette Z06, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. So get off your heels into some wheels. Come on down today, practically giving them away. Les Stanford Chevrolet for all your Chevy and Cadillac needs. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them. All right, guys, so here we go. Lots of Lions talk. The Lions are circling the wagons here on all of the major talk shows as well, because that number 2 pick seems to be a very intriguing pick. Brad Holmes talking about getting some offers for that pick. It will heat up as we get closer to next month's draft. However, Jordan Schultz was on. Guy's a draft expert. He's in many different places.
I like him a lot.
Absolutely. On with Dan Patrick yesterday. Here's what he had to say about the Lions taking Malik Willis.
You think both go in the top 10?
Yes, I do. I think Malik Willis can go as high as 2, and I don't think Pickett gets outside the top 10. That's what an NFC assistant GM told me a couple days ago.
You could see the Lions going all in?
Yes, yeah. The Lions have their stopgap in Jared Goff, but they're paying him a lot. He's not the future. I think the Lions, they drafted Penei Sewell last year. They need a quarterback. I think Pittsburgh could move up. The only thing I'll say is this. Then you start to think about, Matt Corral and some of these other guys, Carson Strong. Could you wait because there's not that much of a difference? All it takes is one team to move up and love you. And as you know, teams get crazy around the draft of quarterbacks.
How about that? So that's Jordan Schultz. And I think he's right about that.
Yeah.
What's the most important position in all of sports?
Wide receiver. It's the quarterback
the
position.
quarterback position. And I, too, believe, I was driving in today and I overheard a national talk show. They were talking about Malik Willis at 20 and Kenny Pickett at 17 potentially. I'm like, these guys aren't going to be anywhere. Their interviews, they're going to be on the plane to their city that drafts them by the time 20 picks.
It shows you how wide open this draft is.
Yeah, who are these NFC GMs? Like, who are these AFC coaches that they speak to? I feel like they make that stuff up, and they just really do a lot of homework.
They could
know where the line. No, I'm joking. I do like Jordan Schultz a lot. The quarterback position is the most important position. And Malik Willis, getting back to it. I talked about being safe, and you're right. You kind of snapped me out of that, so I appreciate you over there. But the quarterback position is that position. He's fast. The Joker has great feet. He has great footwork. Literally can throw the hell out of the deep ball. He has the right attitude. I mean, you need guys like that, man. I'm telling you, they've been watching him since the Senior Bowl. They saw him down there. The Lions are in on it. I think it'd be a good move. And then also, my apologies.
No, please.
Just look at what you bring him into. You bring him into a team. What a Mark Brunell quarterback. Guy knows how to play quarterback. I played with Mark Brunell. He's been around a very long time at a high level, Mark Brunell. You get Jared Goff, a guy that's been to a Super Bowl, a guy that's played at a high level as well for part of his career. You get him to kind of mentor. You get a good offensive line. What do you want to do? You want to protect your quarterback. How do you protect your quarterback? Great offensive line. The Lions have a great offensive line. You have a good running game. DeAndre Swift and Reynolds and Williams, depending on where they want to go. So they have a good system in place for Malik Willis if they choose to draft him.
No doubt. And if you pay attention to Vegas at all regarding this NFL draft stuff, so Malik Willis is minus 200, minus $2, minus 200 to be the first quarterback taken in this draft. And then he's plus, let's see where he is here, pick by position. Malik Willis is I don't have it here.
He was plus 500.
But at last check, it was plus 350, tied with Kyle Hamilton to be the number 2 overall selection.
Remember, Chris Sims had him as the number 3 out of 5 quarterbacks.
What a ridiculous! What a dummy!
And what
a dummy!
But Mel Kiper too. Mel Kiper. I mean, and who didn't have him in the first round?
Who the hell is Mel Kiper anyway?
Who didn't have him in the first round? There was a guy that didn't even have him in the first round.
That was Daniel Jeremiah.
There you go.
Yeah. The NFL.
It's all over the place.
It's incredible. There is never, and I haven't done my homework on this, but I guarantee you, there has never been a player that in any draft that potentially could go 2 that didn't show up in the first round of a mock draft somewhere else. There's not one player that could be drafted 2 and then be drafted in the second round.
Facts.
There's nobody that's got that range of.
It sounds like some Malik Willis hate right there.
Yeah. I mean, there's nobody that's in that range. Number 2 to second round. Get out of here with that.
Let me ask you this. Because we keep talking about Malik Willis. Malik Willis is the pick. You want to have a new quarterback. You want to be in these games. You want what looks good. You want what the other teams have. You want to have a Justin Herbert. You want to have one of these great young quarterbacks.
He look good in the Lions uniform right now, by the way.
He would look damn good. What would be the ideal scenario to get you out of wanting Malik Willis? What could happen? What could Brad Holmes, what magic could he work for you to come up with a scenario better than drafting Malik Willis at 2?
And I think that's the question.
What is that scenario?
That's a good. I got a scenario.
Braylon, that's the best question that's been asked today.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Here you go.
I don't know what that package
you
looks like.
You trade it down.
Okay.
But
what?
You stay in the top 10. You trade the 6, 8, or 9. You trade the Carolina, Atlanta, or Seattle.
Okay, what is Carolina giving you?
Carolina's giving me their pick, plus maybe another pick in the second round, or a pick next year, number 1 next year, which I could get.
Right.
I could get it. And then I'm going to still draft. You know what? I might draft Kenny Pickett if I go later. I want a quarterback. I'm convinced to myself that I want a quarterback this year.
Yeah.
And I like Kenny Pickett. I think he has it. I know he's got the small hands again.
I tell you a secret.
You know what? I've been talking myself out.
Okay, here
Just
you go.
scrap what I just said.
I'll tell you a secret. If you somehow got Carolina's pick, they move up, and they gave you a first-round pick next year, I wouldn't draft Kenny Pickett. You know why? Because Carolina is still going to suck, which means you can get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young next year.
Yeah.
And again, Braylon, you're on it, buddy. 6 is about as far as I'd trade back.
Yeah.
6,
8, or 9.
And I'd need a 1 next year.
You're going to get
And then you'd have 3 1s next year. I would not take a quarterback here because with
agree.
3 number 1s next year, if you really wanted Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, chances are with 3 number 1s, you could potentially get up and get your guy.
Not to mention that the Detroit Lions seem to love Jared Goff. They like him a lot. You know, you heard Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes say he played well towards the end of the year for them. You look at where they are now; they're not ready to be stars. That's how they're playing. They're not ready to win the division this year. They're planning on winning the division in 2-3 years. So with that being said, ride the wave with Jared Goff if you could get that situation with the Carolina Panthers.
I got news for you. We really don't know what Brad Holmes is doing. You know why?
Nope.
Because he's a good poker player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's damn good. That is damn good.
Yeah. Hey, you heard from Jordan Schultz. I want to play this for you. Lions Wire editor Jeff Risdon was on with the Morning Woodward show today, which, by the way, Terry Foster joining Adam on April 4th. That's on Monday. That begins on Monday. We're really excited to have T-Foss here in the building 5 days a week, and it's going to be fun to see him and Adam go toe-to-toe every day.
It's going to be fun.
But speaking of Adam, I'm going to get to Jeff in a minute. I did one show with Adam.
You're cringing.
I did one show. If you're not watching the Morning Woodward show,
shame on you.
You got to check this guy out. I mean, you just got to check this guy out.
He's got balls
of steel. So that Monday show, I'm really looking forward to.
Does his homework too.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed.
He's going to be a very researched, data-driven, jobless man.
Right.
He keeps going as hard as he's going.
No doubt. But he had Jeff Risdon on, Lions Wire editor. I'm going to play this for you next. Right out of the break, we'll play it for you. He says no way the Lions should be taking Malik Willis. You'll hear from him right out of the commercial break. 30 seconds away, Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, gang, I want to tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. How would you like to win $100,000? Yep, you heard me right, $100K. All you got to do is get to a Lady Jane's near you. Get to Lady Jane's today. Get a precision haircut. Let them treat you like a king and register for your chance to be 6 figures richer. There's nothing to it. All you got to do is get to a Lady Jane's Haircuts near you. There's several locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, several more around the country. We've got over 100 locations nationwide. Let their stylist treat you like a king. Open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walk in, sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Ooh-wee!
Ooh-wee!
Get to Lady Jane's any day, right now, anytime. Win $100K. There you go. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Somebody send me something to say that.
Because of the character you're getting with Malik, and not only that, the potential upside, what is your personal evaluation of Malik, and should he be in play for the Lions regardless if they can trade back or not?
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider him at number 2. His game tape just isn't there. You go back and you watch games that he played against good defenses, against ranked teams last year, like Louisiana. Middle Tennessee State has a pretty good defense. They're going to have a safety that's drafted out of there and a cornerback possibly as well. Army, Mississippi, like when you watch those games, you don't think you're watching an NFL prospect at quarterback. You think you're watching an athlete who's a little bit overwhelmed by the competition level against Louisiana and Middle Tennessee State. Those are decent college football teams, but that's not Georgia. That's not the NFL.
Right.
It was tough to watch him hold the ball so long, miss throws that I've seen Tim Boyle make in practice at Allen Park, and anybody who's followed me at all knows that I'm not exactly a Tim Boyle fan. He doesn't have touch on his throws. He can't make anticipatory throws. He's one of those quarterbacks, he has to see it in order to throw it. Same as what Zach Wilson was with the Jets last year, one of the reasons why I didn't care for him as a prospect. Look, the athletic upside is undeniable. And if the premise is that you're going to draft somebody that can eventually be better than Jared Goff, he's probably the best bet at that, because there's no denying the athletic talent that he has, and also just the personal charisma. Like, I genuinely like him. I stood in front of him at the combine podium. Like, this guy gets it. Like, I want this guy on my team. I love how easy he was at being Malik Willis and comfortable being Malik Willis. That's important. This is the guy that people are going to gravitate towards. But man, he's so far away as a passer, so far behind where even like other projects have been in the past. It's really tough to see that too. And quite frankly, all the noise that I'm hearing about Malik Willis being even in the top 10 is coming from media. It's not coming from NFL sources. They're all still like, this guy's like maybe in the top 25, maybe more in the top 50. And if you go back into the regular season, after they played Mississippi, after they played Louisiana, you didn't see Malik Willis in the first round of mock drafts anymore. He fell out because of his performance. Throwing against air, looking good in workouts, having a great interview, that shouldn't matter that much in his evaluation. Again, I hate to badmouth the guy because I genuinely like him. But, man, you're making a huge leap of faith if you're taking a guy like that, even at 32, not let alone 2.
So that was Jeff Risdon, Lions Wire writer, talking to Adam and Jeff this morning on the Morning Woodward show. There was a lot to chew on there. I mean, really, really differing viewpoints.
Depressing.
Compared to some of the other things we heard. But I will push back a little bit on one thing that he said, because a lot of that is accurate and all that. But the one aspect I will push back on a little bit is to say that it's just media who is talking glowingly about him. Mike Tomlin took Malik Willis out 4 different times. 4 different occasions.
I don't think he's in the media.
No. If you saw Mike Tannenbaum take his whole staff to Liberty's Pro Day and to really highlight some of the facial expressions during Malik Willis's workout. If you're not high on Malik Willis as an NFL organization, if you're Mike Tomlin and you go out with the guy maybe one time, right? You get a sense of who he is. If you think he's worth his salt, one time, not 4. You don't take him out 4 different times. You're not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're not trying to woo this kid or learn everything about him if you don't think he's got what it takes to be on the field. So what did I say about 2 weeks ago? If the Pittsburgh Steelers want a guy, that's who I want.
Yeah.
That's who I want. If the Steelers want him, I want him.
I like that.
Period.
I like that.
Yeah, you listen to this, and Jeff said, "I like the guy. I would want him on my team." Apparently, you really don't, And I heard what he said in terms of the teams that they went against, and he didn't look the best on film. Well, yeah, because he went to Liberty, and we talked about didn't have an offensive line, didn't have a running game, didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher, didn't have good wide receivers. He's playing against these teams that are really good. He's an FBS independent school, and that is Liberty. So, but if you go down the list of players in this draft, like there's no can't miss prospect.
That's the point.
There's not a guy that's a can't miss. And then when you draft Malik Willis, like, oh my God, I can't believe you drafted Malik Willis. You should have drafted. We should have drafted who? We should have drafted who? Sauce Gardner's a really good DB. I like Sauce Gardner a lot. Can't tackle.
Detroit.
Derek Stingley Jr.'s best year was his freshman year 3 years ago. He didn't play. Had a good year last year. Kyle Hamilton, his best year was his freshman year. Got injured last year. Had a decent year, but got injured. Ekwonu, the guard from the left tackle from North Carolina State, not really good in the pass protection. Really good in the run game. Well, Technically, if I'm hiring a left tackle, I want him to be good in the pass game. I need him to protect my quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. You can go down the list of these things. Nobody's a can't miss, and nobody's a finished product, maybe with the exception of Aiden Hutchinson. Even people have questions about him. So with that being said, I get it, but that's everybody on that list.
Well done.
You know who else couldn't hit the broadside of a barn either? Had a huge arm, great physical stature, but really had problems with accuracy.
Russell?
Josh Allen.
No.
Josh, like everything that was just said about Malik Willis, aside from the physical stature of Josh Allen.
Which is huge.
Which is huge. There's a 6'5", 230, something like
if
that.
If Malik Willis was that, he's the number 1 pick in the draft.
In not only this draft, but in the last 5 drafts.
Right.
Right? So the physical stature. But I think you can develop the guy. And again, you're not asking him to play right away. You're just not. And the best quarterbacks in the NFL today did not start week 1, game 1. You're talking Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
He started. Yeah.
Josh Allen.
He did not start. I mean,
no, I was about to say Russell Wilson, but he did start.
Russell Wilson did start. But I mean, come on,
he's a project. Like, look at Josh Allen. You hit the nail on the head. Look at Josh Allen. Look at Josh Allen's rookie year. Josh Allen had 2,000 yards passing.
They wanted to run him out of town.
Exactly.
Seriously, failed draft pick. What a bust Josh Allen was.
Everybody forgets about all that because of obviously the game against the Chiefs in the playoff. But he struggled that first year. He struggled that second year. But you saw flashes that second year. And then he had a really good third year, and the rest is history. But sometimes people are projects, man. Not everybody is made. Not everybody is ready-made. Sometimes you have to go there. You have to learn from Mark Brunell. You have to learn from Jared Goff playing behind him. So I like him, man. I like the pick. I think they should draft him.
So here's where I'm at, just to put a bow on this. If the Lions select it 2, I want it to be Willis. I almost need it to be Willis for all of the reasons that I've been stating over the last couple of weeks and months. If you give me an offer where I trade back still into the top 10 of this year's draft and you give me a 1 in next year's draft, I'm in. I'll trade it because I think with 3 number 1 picks next year, then you're really setting yourself up for an incredible opportunity to be good for a sustainable amount of time with 3 number 1 picks. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. If you're picking at 2, it's Malik Willis. If you can trade back into the top 10, add a 1 next year, I'm sold.
I just saw somebody in the chat because I guess I can read the chat on the TV sometimes. Appreciate you, Alex. Someone said Mike Tomlin is the Aaron Rodgers of coaching. Said he hasn't won a playoff game in over a decade. You know what? Tell the Rooney family to open up their pocketbooks. Tell the Rooney family that every time a wide receiver and a running back get good, get really good, stop getting rid of him and bringing in rookie guys, rookie wide receivers. If the Pittsburgh Steelers would help him, he would have more Super Bowls.
It's a great point because that organization has really become...
They don't spend money.
That organization has really become kind of the prototypical just good enough to be good, but I don't want to say will never, are nowhere near the elite of the elite to compete for Super Bowls.
Like just think about all the guys they've had, and right when they've got good, they've gotten rid of Emmanuel Sanders, Antonio Brown, Santonio Holmes, Nate Washington, and the list goes on. I can think of more of it.
Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown.
They only paid one person, and that person's name has been Roethlisberger. They won't pay anybody else. You're not going to win if you can't pay other people.
Just good enough to win a playoff game.
There it is.
No more, no less right now. That's what they have become, really, over the last decade, right?
He's doing it in spite. And still hasn't had a losing season in 10 years, by the way. I mean, ever. Excuse me.
We're our own worst enemies talking draft. We are just talking ourselves into players, out of players. We don't know what the hell we want.
I've not talked myself out of the player. I've talked myself into the opportunity to trade out of the pick.
Now we're back to trading to pick again.
Right.
This is a wicked. This is like a maze.
It's wicked awesome.
Hey, speaking of wicked, video of, I love this. How does a deposition video leak?
There's no such thing as.
How do you leak a deposition video? Deshaun Watson's deposition video has been leaked. Roger Goodell says no timetable on any disciplinary action from the NFL against the new Browns quarterback. You'll hear, we'll play this 2-minute clip for you. Deshaun Watson in the interrogation room. We'll do it next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
Detroit, you've been waiting. You've been asking, and now he's back. Starting Monday, April 4th, Terry Foster joins the Morning Woodward Show every day, bringing you Detroit sports like only he can. The Morning Woodward Show with Terry Foster and Adam starts April 4th, live on the Woodward Sports Network.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Hey everybody, it's Maz for Chili Peppers Tanning. Days like today, it makes you want to run right to the tanning salon. And why else would you want to go get that skin looking good again, get that vitamin D, and start feeling good again? Get the winter blues out of the way. Chili Peppers Tanning, you'll find the cleanest and cheapest salons in the D, spotless sanitized rooms, and trained, certified tanning professionals. If you join the Pepper Club, they'll beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. They have the hottest deals. They have the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters, 26 locations, and more on the way. Check them out right now at ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
You are great. That is great, dude. Braylon's got jokes over here.
Should I let the people in?
I don't know. You never know.
Let them in.
I can drop one word.
Do it. Yeah.
You know what word I'm going to drop.
Yeah. Drop.
A wise man.
Yep.
Yeah, see, we're on the same page.
Look at it.
A wise man said,
you.
it's only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you realize there's always a way to solve problems without using violence.
That's right. Look at that. Ermanni and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network on a Wednesday here in the city of Detroit. Rain outside, but it's all good. That weather is going to turn. Opening day, just 10 days away now? Are you kidding me? 9 days away?
Yeah, buddy.
A week from Friday, we'll be downtown. Maz will tell you about that coming up in just a little bit as well. Braylon, we've been talking about the Deshaun Watson situation seemingly for a year now, over a year.
Hey, right.
And so it's curious how John Gruden's emails leak.
Yeah.
It's curious how Deshaun Watson video leaks. How does this stuff happen? I mean, there are people in positions of power, in my opinion, who are just out to get you. They're just out to get you.
You got an attorney, you got an attorney on the other side, prosecutor, trying to win for the plaintiffs, winning for the 22 girls, trying to get people to not forget about it. Because people right now, he won in criminal, meaning no charges were drawn on him. Twice he won. Twice he won in criminal. So now they thought they might have had a little bit better case. They thought the second one may have come out and done something. Right now he's looking to win, and then he gets paid 5 years, $230 million. That didn't make people any happier. The one thing and this may be a dumb question. Maz, Ryan,
no such
Sam,
thing.
Alex. Nah, sometimes this is not, but it may. If he won in court, no criminal charges, why is he getting suspended at all? Out of curiosity.
Well, the NFL could do whatever they want. That's number one.
But why do they feel the need to appease the fan base?
Yeah, that I don't know. That's a good question, Braylon. I don't have an answer for that. Maybe if the NFL feels like you, and again, I'm just talking out loud. Maybe if the NFL feels like you have put the shield in danger, maybe that you.
But you were found innocent.
Either way. I'm just saying. I'm not arguing with you. I disagree with you. Maz, you're a long-standing NFL guy. If the guy is legally...
Yeah, they have to do something because they have to show the naysayers out there, the haters, the guys that want to see this guy go down for something. They've got to take something out of his pocket. That's why he set up his contract the way he did. The first year he makes $1 million or $2 million. So if he does get suspended, it's going to come out of that paltry amount. I use paltry in quotes. By the way, John Gruden, just as you just mentioned him, and it pops up on TMZ that he is selling his home in Vegas that he barely moved into for $7 million in mansion. So they chased him out of Vegas.
Maybe Devontae Adams can buy it.
Maybe.
There you go. Perfect setup. I mean, I get it that you have to appease the masses, especially something that was as serious as this, or you feel as though you have to. But if I'm Deshaun Watson, And I am 100% innocent. And that's what he's portraying. That's what he said from the first time these allegations came out. He stayed the course that he is an innocent man. Mm-hmm. How do you suspend an innocent man? How do you find an innocent man?
It's a great question. And we'll let you see for yourself. Here you go. 2 minutes of Deshaun Watson's deposition. It's video that's leaked. Here it is.
You don't remember her telling you that she wasn't going to go to a hotel room with you?
I don't remember that.
The Fox 8i team giving you the first look at Deshaun Watson answering questions in lawsuits filed by 22 women.
Women accusing him of sexual misconduct. Strangers he met through social media for massages.
That's why I saw it on Instagram.
So you think you saw a story that involved her?
Definitely possible.
Definitely possible. Did you find her attractive?
That wasn't my intention, sir.
I didn't ask you what your intentions were.
I can't answer that. I have a girlfriend, so that wasn't my intention, sir.
Okay, so you can't answer that because you have a girlfriend.
Because that's not what I was looking for.
What did you want from her?
Just a massage.
Was she a massage therapist?
Yes, sir.
Licensed?
I'm not sure, sir.
Trained?
I'm not sure, sir.
Schooled?
I'm not sure, sir.
Did you tell the Texans you were doing that?
No, sir.
Did you tell your trainer you were doing that?
No, sir.
Pretty risky to go to some place you've never been before, to have somebody you didn't really know, you didn't know anything about their skill level, to give you a massage. So what I'm trying to figure out, Mr. Watson, is why you would post something on Instagram suggesting that you were in New York City when you were instead in Houston getting a massage.
On the advice of my lawyer, I assert my rights under the Fifth Amendment.
In the depositions, Watson also faced questions about driving about a half hour out of town for a massage.
Meeting a woman at her mother's home and taking his own towel.
You don't think that's a little bit strange?
Can be, but I mean, we're communicating, so.
I mean, I'm seriously, Deshaun, you don't think that's just a little bit weird?
I'm serious too, sir.
Well, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just trying to figure out. Do you think that's a little bit weird?
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, so I've been deposed before and I've done this. It's the job of the attorney to rattle you, to irritate you, because they, like you see, they video record it. They also tape the audio. They want to irritate you. They want to rattle you. They want to make you awkward and uncomfortable so you look guilty. So you may say something. If you're guilty, then you're going to slip and say something, of course. But even if you're innocent, it can make you look like you're guilty. So what I would say to that is don't pay too much into that. Look, it's social media. It's like Instagram is nothing but a glorified marketing space, sponsor space, and also a hookup space. It's a dating space. You meet girls on social media. I don't make much of this, and I like the way he handled it.
What do you got to say there, man?
I don't know. I'm uncomfortable watching it.
Right.
Because I wanted to get up and like punch the lawyer in his mouth.
Yeah.
But he did the best he could. He answered all the questions except one. He pleaded the fifth on one question. The one he pleaded the fifth on was, he said, the lawyer asked him, why did you put on Instagram that you were in New York when in fact you were in Houston getting a massage? He's like, well, my lawyer tells me.
I don't want people in my business.
Yeah, it's just none of you.
I don't want people in my business. I have a friend of mine that's a party promoter. He promotes and lives in Miami, but he promotes parties here. He acts like he's here promoting parties. So what? Sue me. It's not a big deal.
So Roger Goodell, you just saw the tweet from Adam Schefter. Roger Goodell says there is no timetable on a decision of any potential discipline for Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Quote, we will seek to get to the bottom of the facts. End quote. That's from Roger Goodell. I will ask this question of both of you. What does Roger Goodell need to see? What needs to happen from here? Because the NFL, should have been investigating this all of last year.
Right.
You're continuing to investigate this offseason. Now you have the information that 2 grand juries have decided not to move ahead with criminal charges.
Why, by the way?
What more do you need to see if you're Roger Goodell, and what has your findings provided to you up until this point? Because I don't know how long investigations take. What I will tell you is this. It seems to be this is one of your prized possessions in your entire league. This should be priority numero uno amongst your league. what has the last year and a half been like for you? What has that investigation upended? What has come of that investigation that you have been going on, and what can change now? That's the question I would have for Roger Goodell. Let's get on with it here.
Right.
What is your decision on Deshaun Watson? You can't hold him hostage forever. You can't hold the Browns or previously the Texans hostage forever. I can understand where you as an organization sit back and wait for the legal proceedings to take place and to sit back and let the legal part play out, the criminal part play out. But now that the criminal part has played out and you have the benefit of the information that you have from your own investigation, what more is there? Come up with a decision. Any decision. 2 games, 4 games, 6 games, 8 games a season,
I got that
or
for
nothing.
You. I got that for you. So the big thing is this. The NFL knows everything. The NFL doesn't miss a beat. Like, you can't pass gas without the NFL knowing if you're a player. They know everything. Once the first one came out, way before any of them came out to us, they were doing their homework. They were doing their research. They were doing their due diligence. I believe it might be a situation like with Bill Cosby where they could be waiting for someone else to come out, more to come out, kind of like with Cosby. It was like more women came out year after year after year. So maybe it was a situation like that, but I doubt it. 22 has been the number. It's not going anywhere. He wasn't found to move forward in each situation, the 2 cases. What's going to happen? He's going to get suspended 6 games. He's going to appeal, and he's going to get 4 games. The 5th game of the season for the Cleveland Browns is the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. You're welcome. Monday Night Football. You're welcome.
That's good.
6, appeal to 4.
Listen.
The 5th game is Joe Burrow on Monday Night Football. Let's roll.
Just quickly about that, the difference, Cosby got out on a technicality. There is no technicality seemingly in this case. It's just the facts.
22 women.
I understand that. I don't know. I understand that.
Right.
And I'm empathetic towards that. I'm the father of a daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I just don't know how to proceed if the law is telling me no criminal, nothing criminal moving forward. Like, what am I supposed to do in that case?
Let me tell you something. The NFL,
just
play the Godfather music behind it.
Pretty much.
All right, they're the mob.
Right.
All right, they're the mob. He's going to play. He's going to get a little suspension like Braylon said. And guess what? We're all going to forget about it.
And just like we do with all the beatings of the women, all of the beatings of the kids.
It's all going to be gone.
You don't hear about it.
And that's the thing. And that's where I go, well, how does the suspension happen? How do you suspend right now what appears to be an innocent man? He won in both criminal situations. It appears to be an innocent man from the outside looking in, just based off the court, based off the highest court in the land, based off the best judicial system in the world. It seems to be an innocent man. The individuals and players that were beating their women, that were beating their kids, that did things. Ray Rice, you look at situations like that.
Tyreek Hill,
Stacey, Kareem Hunt. You got video proof of it. They admitted to doing it. You seen that they did it. Some of their women chose not to press charges, and then they still went after him, like the Ray Rice situation. You saw it. They were guilty.
Right.
So I understand the suspension in those situations. He's not saying he's guilty. He's sticking with it that he's innocent.
Hey, guys, give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd certainly appreciate it if you could smash that like button for us. It helps YouTube push our content out, and we would certainly appreciate that if you could do that if you're watching on YouTube. And subscribe. Man, here we go. Keep ticking up on those subscribers. 22.3 thousand subscribers now. Woodward Sports Network. Guys, we're going to come back. Jim Irsay had some great things to say about Carson Wentz. He is not a fan. Of Carson Wentz. We'll have that for you next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network. Bottom line.
He's got no filter.
No, he does. That's why you gotta love him.
Everything that we've hoped for, finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brad Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward.
All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports.
Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Citron World is an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling flavored energy drinks, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long lasting. Where the hell is my Citron?
Where is it?
I just thought about it. The Citron's not even right there, man. Now wonder why the read isn't going good.
There was a show in here.
Okay.
Remember that show?
This is true. This is true. Essential vitamins and great taste, and Citron has to be your choice. Follow them on social at Citron World to see all the inspiring things they are doing, from empowering women to supporting entrepreneurs, finding anywhere from hockey games, also charity events. Live it, drink it with Citron.
Welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Alex, how you doing over there today, buddy? Good? Thumbs up. Sam?
I am doing fantastic. Great show, guys. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going
talking
today.
about Sam and Alex.
Maz, you good over there?
Oh.
I know Braylon's good.
This
I
is-
feel him
feel that
being
energy?
good.
Appreciate
I
it.
feel
That's
the
that
kinetic
Citron energy, man. I'm
It
giving you
is,
that Citron
I feel
energy,
it.
man.
This
Energy.
This beats
Okay,
the hell
take you
out
out,
of being
Drake.
in an MRI tube. I can tell you that for
Yeah,
sure.
especially if you're claustrophobic.
They make it's the most annoying noise because they do have the big headphones. They do give you the radio station. I always go old school, like on Marvin Gaye, Al
Marvin
Green.
Gaye didn't hurt
but
nobody.
It's so loud and
Can't they? All this technology we have, can't they do a better job with an MRI?
You would think for it.
I mean, can't you get a bigger tube?
I asked for an
How much
open
do they
MRI.
cost? Aren't they like 1.2 million or something?
Maybe. So,
I asked for an open.
I mean,
that didn't look open to
Henry
me.
Ford can afford another.
Dude, have you looked at the cost of medical care in this country?
It's up there.
I mean, the cost alone of some of this medical stuff. I mean, it's just they could afford it if the chamber was $10 billion. They could afford.
We got our bills now because you have to hit your deductible.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Dude, it's
Just
so
holy
dumb.
crap.
It's so dumb.
It's so funny. So when I was in the league, obviously when you get injured, the league takes care of everything. Well, your team, your franchise takes care of everything. I saw one of those bills one time. I tore my ACL 2005 end of the year, and I saw the bill.
What's that? 30,000?
What? It was like $175,000.
Oh my God!
It was like, what did you do to my leg? You better give me a bionic knee for all that.
And by the way, what if you're just a regular person who
gonna be able to run the rest of your
professional
life.
athlete that maybe wants that surgery and doesn't have insurance?
You're going to be able to run the rest of your life. Or you just might walk with a limp, walk with a little gimp.
Hey, my little migraine pills, they cost $1 each.
Yeah.
Not even. You can go to some pharmacies, and they want like $7, $8 a pill. And I know it's $1. It should be $1 at the max.
It's a drug operation.
It's a
cartel.
A legal one.
It's a cartel.
It is.
Okay?
I got the pharmacy for you.
We're getting screwed.
See D-Mac about that.
Dude, it's a cartel for sure. And if you watch Dope Sick on Hulu, it's just legalized. It's all crazy.
I got to watch. I love Michael Keaton.
Do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
Watch Dope Sick.
All right.
You will question everything about the medical community that you know.
I'd rather not. I already know they're all crooks.
Yeah. Just
everyone's robbing from everyone.
unbelievable crooks.
You know, my ass has Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
So do I. It's $13.99 or something like that.
$13.99.
I have
Come on, man. You know
everything.
Yeah.
I believe it. You know everything too.
I pay out my ass.
Guys, we'll get to some sports movies coming up in a minute.
Oh, that should be fun.
You still have cable though, right?
Yes.
You'll never get rid of
never
cable.
get
I
rid
will
of it.
never get
I'm
rid of
afraid
cable.
I'm gonna
either.
miss something.
I will never get rid of cable either.
Never.
Because by the time you get rid of cable and get all these subscriptions, you're still paying the same amount for
Absolutely.
everything. Either way. Colts order and Jim Irsay roasted. Yes, he did. He roasted Carson Wentz.
Deservedly so.
I love it when an owner talks crap like that. Here it is. It's just, for us, it was something that we had to move away from as a franchise. It was very obvious. That was how great is that? Here's Jim Irsay on Carson Wentz. It's just, for us, it was just something we had to move away from as a franchise. It was very obvious.
He talked about the Jacksonville game, too. He's like, if we would have done anything to Jacksonville in the first quarter, they would have wanted to go home to their
folded.
lockers.
Yeah.
Instead,
This
we
is
lost
true.
to the worst team in the league.
And by the way, if you watched Hard Knocks in season, he says that in the box. we just got to do something here in the first quarter. We'll knock him out. And he was very complimentary of his new quarterback, Matty Ice, Matt Ryan.
You know what this tells me? This tells me that the GM for the Colts, who's Gammon, I think his name, it eludes me right now, and Frank Reich, they went to Jim Irsay and they said, hey, Jim, we're going to bring in Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is the guy. Frank Reich said, hey, I vouched for Carson, had him when we were in Philly, could have been MVP, could have won a Super Bowl. This guy is the one. I'm telling you, he's going to be the guy. I guarantee you Jim Irsay didn't like Carson Wentz from the jump, but they talked him into it. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, all right, if you guys are going to go this route, it better work. You can tell he couldn't wait to get on camera and talk about how it did not work with Carson Wentz, especially that Jacksonville Jaguar game. And he had an opportunity. Carson was in a really good situation. I like that team. That's Maz's team.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, you saw the run in, went on really, really, really good defense behind Darius Leonard. Good offensive line, really good receivers.
2 tough games to the Titans.
Got the best running back in football in terms of the total package, run and pitch, outside, inside the backfield. And you drop the ball like that. Phillip Rivers got that team to the playoffs.
2 different perspectives I want. Yours is the player, yours is the fan. Would you like to play for an owner like Jim Irsay or an owner like Sheila Hamp?
Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay. At the end of the day, do your job. Like, do your job. If I was on that team, if I was Darius Leonard, or if I was Michael Pittman Jr., if I'm Jonathan Taylor, I'm like, oh, my God, we were right there. We had it. But one player, Carson Wentz. So, hey, you know what? He's called out a guy that had an opportunity. He blew the opportunity, so it is what it is.
From the fan perspective, Maz,
what do you think I'm going to say? I want any owner except the owners that we've had in the past. And I like the Ford family. They're a nice family. I guess they are.
Nice guys finish last.
It hasn't worked. I like a guy like Jim Irsay.
Here you go. You ready? Mike Ilitch. Mike Ilitch sat on the sidelines. He empowered his people. He allowed them to go about open checkbook, whether it was Jimmy Devellano, whether it was Kenny Holland,
Dombrowski,
whether it was Dave Dombrowski. Those were the guys that were at the forefront. He just said, go do your thing. Yeah. He believed in his people. He opened the checkbooks, and he let them have anything they needed to win. And he pretty much kept his mouth shut the entire time.
Terrific owner.
I thought I was doing.
Yes.
You threw a curveball.
But you said the nice guy thing, and that's what made me think of Ilitch.
Oh yeah, he's a wonderful guy.
Yeah. But yeah. That's Mike Ilitch, by the way.
Oh no, we know who that is. We know you want to talk about everybody hates Chris.
I tell you, man. You know, it's good to have a guy that gets you out in the news, right? Mm. Jim Irsay is out there, right. And you know he's had his troubles in the past. He's not a choir boy by any amount.
I love that him and Drew Lane are
best
like best friends.
Yeah. They are.
Isn't that great?
I don't think you can be a billionaire and be a choir boy. If you're a billionaire, you got some skeletons in that closet.
Right. That's exactly right.
Hey, you want to know what? Someone wrote in the YouTube, and I forgot who it was. Just to get back to the Deshaun Watson for a minute, he said, didn't Lawrence Taylor say, that's why I don't like to deal with just women, that's why I go to prostitutes. Basically, he just he gets a prostitute. You know what you're going to get.
You pay him to leave.
Yeah.
Who said that? God, I forget. It was maybe
Pacino, De Niro.
No, it was somebody that got caught with a prostitute.
Warren Sapp?
It was an actor in Hollywood that got caught with a prostitute. Maybe it was Rob Lowe. Maybe it was Hugh Grant. I don't remember. But they get caught. They get arrested. They go through their the Ringer on the Entertainment Tonight and those shows like that. Back in the day, there's no social media. They go on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and Jay says, "God, I wish I remembered who it was, but I'll never forget."
I think it's Hugh Grant.
Maybe it was Hugh Grant, and he's like, "You're such a good-looking guy. What are you paying a prostitute for sex for?" And he says, "Jay, I don't pay the prostitute for sex. I pay the prostitute to leave." Right?
That ain't Hugh Grant, then.
No,
that's not Hugh Grant. That's funny.
That's like Andrew Dice Clay or
something. He
something.
can get sex anywhere.
Yeah.
He pays him to leave because he wants no attachment.
And there's no attachment,
Isn't
no
that
issues.
God,
I guess Deshaun could have done that.
You know?
I guess he could have done that.
Everybody's trying to get that bag, whether they deserve it or not.
Yep.
Amen to that. All right, guys. Hey, in lieu of the Oscars, this is something we wanted to do for a couple of days. Some of the best sports Oscar movies that were best movie. What was the best sports movie based on a true story? We've got a list of 8 movies up here. Mine, though, is not on this list.
You have other.
I do have selection
All right,
number
so
9.
it has to be a real thing.
Got to be a real thing. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line. I can't wait. I'm acting mine now. I got a scene from my movie.
Yeah.
I got a scene from mine.
I'm Cade Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey, gang! Hey! I want to tell you about Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. You see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house that tells the bad guys one thing.
It tells you to stay the hell out of here, buddy.
That's exactly what it does. Guardian Alarm, convenient features, a good defense on and off the field, a good defense for your home or your business. Convenient features, 24/7 local monitoring. They're also going to let you check in on your home or your business, control your lights, your temperatures, detect smoke, carbon monoxide, even going to let you lock and unlock your doors. All you have to do is call that number above my head right now. 1-800-STAY OUT! Call it again. 1-800-STAY OUT! Get out of here. Stay out of here. Tell them Ermanni and Edwards sent you. Woodward Sports.
Hey, Cujo Bob on YouTube.
Okay.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor admitted in 2004 to spending about $1,000 daily on escort services, often calling 6 prostitutes a day. I mean, LT, he did it all the way. And I know he got caught with an underage girl. People are going to say things. Shoot. He didn't know. He didn't get a freaking license. I just want to say he did not know what he got that day.
Let me ask you.
Two things.
Go ahead, dude.
Thing one. Well, when you're doing all that blow, you need 6 women. You can't just be one.
Unbelievable.
Thing two, I love when fans just like have unconditional love for players. Maz is like, he didn't know. Okay, he didn't look at his ID.
So funny thing about
That's
LT, right?
Yeah.
LT is totally a product of the time as well.
The 80s, man.
If LT was doing LT things in this era, with social media, with this, like everything. Forget about social media, like the generic media instead that is so holier than thou. Oh, how do you like this guy? You know, I mean, come on. Get out of here with that business. I mean, everybody's...
He'd been under the jail.
He would be under the jail.
Hey, Rob Lowe's...
Instead, LT celebrated.
Hey, man, he's a good golfer, too.
Man,
Really
I should have been around in the 80s. I would have been...
Hey, wow.
You did fine.
Oh, man.
Wild West.
Well, this is so, yeah, I'm a Wild Wild West kind of guy, brother. Don't let the fancy suits and makeup.
Hey, man. I've seen a little taste.
Don't let the fancy suits and I want to be dancing at Studio 54.
Ooh.
I want to be all over the...
My mom went to Studio 54.
Oh, man, really?
You could have hung out with me.
I want to be with Maz.
We could have visited the Pilato brothers at the...
in New York.
At the New York.
Hey, Maz, did you used to wear like the open shirt with a little gold chain?
Oh, I had it all.
I want to wear a jumpsuit like John Gotti. I mean, I want to go hang out with Gotti.
Little chest hair poking out.
I want to take you to Plato's Retreat. My friends were security guards at Plato's Retreat.
Man.
Now, when you say retreat,
Plato's Retreat. Look it up.
So good.
No, I know what retreat means.
Anything went back then. Now you got to be so careful. You can't say nothing. They want to cancel you.
Times Square did not look like Times Square now. That's all I got to tell you.
Yeah,
terrible.
It was nothing but XXX's.
Terrible.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Sports Oscars. What's the best movie based on a true story? Here are some of the selections here. 42, A League of Their Own, The Express, Friday Night Lights, King Richard, Miracle, Moneyball, Remember the Titans, Seabiscuit, And the 9th selection, other.
Some darn good movies.
Do you guys have one on this list or off the board?
I got a few. I got a few on the list and a few off the list. You want to lead, Bray? Do it.
You want me to go first?
Yeah. So, you're the movie man.
All right, bet. So obviously, the movie on this list, which is the movie I'm gonna choose, who's the best actor up there? It's a no-brainer.
Tom Hanks?
Nah, hell out of here. It's Denzel Washington.
Oh.
It's Denzel Washington. Yeah. Side note, I did love A League of Their Own. That's one of my
Denzel never made a bad movie.
No, never. Well, Virtuosity was some BS.
Still decent movie.
It still was a decent movie. It was watchable. Remember the Titans was just so. I almost did Liberty Bibberty over there, Alex. You heard me. Remember the Titans was just so good because it dealt with segregation. You know, you have Denzel Washington, this black coach, to come take over a high school where they already have a Hall of Fame coach. And you see the friction. You see the kids going to the white schools. It's like the end of segregation. You have to deal with that. They didn't like each other. The adults had to learn from the kids in that movie, essentially. The kids taught them how to have love and how to, have respect. But the scene in that movie that does it for me is when Petey fumbled that ball at training camp. That joker said, "Why are you fumbling my ball?" But it was a line. "Oh, so your blockers fumbled." Nah, but I'm saying, how many feet in a mile, Petey? How many feet in a mile? There are 5,280 feet in a mile. I want you to pick that ball up and run every last one of them. You're killing me, Petey.
I love that. Well done, Braylon.
There it is.
Yes. Bravo.
I should have looked at the camera, but
the Academy goes to
appreciate that.
Braylon Edwards.
I didn't have to slap anybody to win an Oscar too.
Why did you go into acting?
I don't know. I was scared. I always was scared originally of people telling me I wasn't good and having to work. Football came so natural.
Welcome to our lives.
Yeah. So.
Damn, man, that was great.
I wonder why we get along so much. This is another thing that we have in common.
Do you have one on the list that's not on the list? Do you have one that come?
What's the name? Friday Night Lights.
That's on the list.
Is it? I have looked at the list after I saw Remember the Titans.
I'll tell you, the one off the list for me right away, it's the first one I've seen as a kid was Brian's Song.
Okay.
James Caan, Billy D. Williams, Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers. That's the off the list one. The one that's on this list, I absolutely cannot ever turn off Moneyball.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Moneyball. I love all the horse racing. Seabiscuit. You know what's not on here? Ruffian's not on here. Secretariat's not on here. I loved all of those movies. There's so many great freaking movies on this. Miracle. Again. Come
Who
on,
do you play
man.
for?
Come on.
Who do you play for?
Damn. I just get the chills just thinking about this stuff.
In the movie.
I just love freaking sports so much.
USA.
Yeah,
how about the pride of the Yankees? The old Gary Cooper.
No.
As Lou Gehrig.
Wrong.
Made me cry.
Shut up. You're taking too far back.
So, a couple of things. For me, if I go on the list, Remember the Titans is the movie on the list. Okay? Without question. Off the list, though, which I put above Remember the Titans. And I want to give somebody credit because I did see somebody write it on here, so I want to say their name as well. Of course, it's not working.
As you're trying to find out, I will say one thing. The reason why I chose Remember the Titans, and I like that, I don't like when you have these based on true stories where like you have an actor play the character. Because I think it's too much pressure on him. Like, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. He plays Jackie Robinson. I'm like,
Right.
I don't like that. I like the other side of it, like Coach Boone, where you're not trying to play somebody everybody knows. Like, nobody knows Coach Boone.
Right.
So, like, Denzel doing a great job. You're like, oh, my God, Coach Boone was amazing. But you know certain people, and then you have a Chadwick Boseman, a.k.a. Black Panther. Black Panther ain't Jackie Robinson. What you doing over there?
So I see it on here for, darn it. Oh, MSU Detroit fan says it. Quentin Yearling says it. We Are Marshall. I have goosebumps.
Over Remember the Titans?
So many times. Death of a team in
I
a plane
remember when
crash.
it happened. I remember when it happened.
And when I worked in Toledo, Toledo was in the
same conference
MAC championship game against Marshall. And so I was in Huntington, West Virginia, covering that game. Byron Leftwich.
Byron Scott.
And there's just something about the story. So knowing the story there, and then the movie came out, just because of that symmetry in my life and being there, seeing Marshall, being a fan of Marshall, you think of an entire team dying in a plane crash. Right. And then certain decisions that change the course of one's life. Like, I'm going to drive on this recruiting trip. That's the reason why one man is alive today. Taking over a program that is just devastated with debt. Yeah. Jack Langle. I mean, the girl, the girlfriend, the father. There's so many different levels of that story that just throughout the movie gives you goosebumps.
It is good.
How do you not?
Superb.
So
Matthew McConaughey, terrific.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't like Matthew McConaughey in terms of his acting skills at that time when that came out. When We Are March came out, 2006. I didn't necessarily like his acting skills at the time, so I couldn't get past his acting in that movie. But it is a good movie. What's his name did a really, really good job. David, what's it? How you say Strathern?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was at AD.
Yeah.
Remember the AD?
Yeah, he's great. Job. I don't know he's one of those guys I don't know his name, but anytime exactly he shows up, he's just killing the scene.
He was in The Firm. Remember, he was the brother of The Firm.
Yeah. He was brother. Amazing in that movie. He was really good.
He was in League of Their Own too.
He was.
Yep, he was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Paper Lion is on here. That's George Plimpton, way back in the day, but he played here with the Lions. Alex Karras was in it. It was a book, and he came on over and did it.
I got one. We've been talking about this guy all week. Ali's not up there.
Ali?
Yeah.
Will Smith.
We've been talking about Ali. He was Ali the other night.
The Blind Side was on the other night, too. That's a really good, solid movie.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if it's the best sports movie ever made, but very solid.
Really good, not with really dealing with the things, not the football field.
Yeah,
like that's what made it so good. Yeah. Like, yes, it was about football, but they were never on the field.
Too, you know, I mean, stories about compassion. Man, I'm a softie at heart.
Yeah. I am too.
And I just, man, that movie, my goodness.
How about the kids? What do they think here? What do you think, Sam? You got anything?
Moneyball. I actually agree with you, Maz. That's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. I love the story. I love Brad Pitt as Billy Bean. I like how Chris Pratt as Scott Hatterberg, it showed his progression as well.
I didn't even realize that.
Jonah Hill.
I forgot that.
Jonah Hill stole that damn show.
That's when I found out Jonah Hill could act. I just thought he was a funny fat guy. I thought he was a funny fat guy, super bad movies like that. When he did that, I said, yo, this guy has
What about
brain.
you, Alex? You got one?
It's a good thing that you pointed out The Blind Side. I totally forgot about that one. That was one of those movies that came out when I was like 11 years old, when I was in my football heyday back in like the Pee Wee days.
Okay.
I watched that movie over and over and over, but the movie on the list for me is Miracle. Like, it's one of those that just like I just totally get immersed in it when I'm watching. I can't look away. Moneyball's good, but it's like one of those movies that like I look at my phone every once in a while, but I respect it.
Would you consider Rocky?
Shawshank Subramaniam said The Blind Side.
Would you consider Rocky?
You know, because it's Chuck Wepner, you know.
But he didn't win.
I know.
Right. So Rocky, to me, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Me too.
But it's not a true story.
Yeah.
It was true enough to get his ass a statue in
Hell
Philly.
yeah. Damn right.
I'll tell you that.
Rocky
Damn
Balboa,
right. What's another one? Rudy is another one.
Yeah, Rudy's.
I know, Rudy's. It's a great one.
Right,
I love Rudy.
Great one. Lots of good ones. All right, gang, we're going to take a break. Come right back into some Tigers talk. Coming up next, I will tell you, if the Tigers are serious about winning, they must do blank. Ermanni and Edwards.
Win. What was Sports Network? The bottom line.
Win.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit sports by Detroiters and for Detroiters. This is Detroit Sports Network. This is Woodward Sports.
Hey, everybody, you got to join us April 8th. That's next Friday. That's opening day down at Comerica Park, down in downtown Detroit. The Tigers and the White Sox. We're going to have live broadcasts all day long with all of our Woodward Sports family, starting at 8 a.m., live from the Brass Rail with the Morning Woodward Show. And how about Big D Energy following them up 11-1? They'll be at the Music Hall Amphitheater, and then we'll be at the Brass Rail after that. Friday, April 8th, make sure you celebrate the first real opening day in 3 years. Live broadcast, opening day parties, live DJs, live broadcasts, and a keg holding competition, and a lot more. Coming up next Friday, April the 8th, downtown with Woodward Sports on opening day.
Got to check out that keg holding competition. Guess who else is going to be in the building? Gypsy Vodka, baby. They're coming. Designated drivers and Ubers on the way because Gypsy Vodka is that smooth. Gluten-free. Corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water, 50 formulas, and they got it right. Adam and Mike, you guys are geniuses. This stuff is pure as silk and smooth as butter. Go down to your liquor store and ask for it by name, Gypsy. But remember, if you're going to drink, please drink responsibly. Come down and check us out at the Brass Well, too. Maz will be waiting for you.
Talking a little baseball, Woodward Sports Network, the Detroit Tigers lead the Philadelphia Phillies in the top of the 8th inning, 7-1 today. Tigers 4-5 in Grapefruit League play, taking on the Phillies, as I mentioned. Guys, I had a question for you, and I want you to fill in the blank. I'm going to do my own. If the Detroit Tigers are serious about winning the division, competing for the division, and competing for a playoff berth, you cannot waste any games. You cannot waste 13 games in April. You cannot waste 30 games in April. You can't wait. You must bring up Spencer Torkelson and Riley Greene. Period. End of story. Day one, opening day. Riley Greene today, 2 for 2 with a run scored, batting .412 so far in Grapefruit League play. Just looks like a solid player. One of the cornerstones for years to come. Spencer Torkelson 0 for 2 today, but he does have 2 RBIs in this one, batting .261. These kids are ready. As Jim Leland said a long time ago, many times, when you send a player to the mound, they're not asking for his driver's license. Nope. When you send a player to the plate, when you pencil a guy in, Braylon, you're not asking for his driver's license. You don't care how old he is. You don't care how much money he makes.
Can he play?
You don't care about any of that. You don't care if you get another year of eligibility on the back end, if you hold him back like the Cubs did 13 games for Chris Bryant that one year so they can have an extra year of control under him. And I understand that that is a possibility, and teams do that. I just think you got to go for it now.
Yeah, Riley Greene is a guy that I like watching him last year. I like watching Torkelson last year. Riley Greene right now, 10-1 odds to win Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to be a guy. Last year he had under 500 hits, had 24 home runs. Like you said, you saw his batting average today. He's 2 of 2. He's .412 batting average. He's going to be a guy hits 25 home runs, bats around .330. It's going to be great. And then Torkelson's going to be a guy knock the ball out the park. Now he'll have 35 home runs, have more strikeouts, and probably bat around 275, 260. But they're just young studs, young guns, man, and you want to see them. Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, young guns.
Remember Washington, the Nationals, when they won the World Series a couple years ago? They had a kid named Juan Soto in the lineup. The kid was barely 19 years old, and he almost won MVP of the World Series.
And he batted cleanup for them as well, by the way.
Yes, and now he is getting paid. You know what, folks? It's time to take the diapers off. Bring them on up. Let them. They're not going to win the World Series this year. You got to cut your teeth and do it this year. My buddy Ethan Perlman, terrific, knows the Tigers inside and out. This is his Tiger winter team coming up here to play spring ball at Comerica Park. Your catchers, Tucker Barnhart and Eric Haas. Spencer Torkelson at first, Jonathan Scope at second, Jeimer Candelario at third, and then your outfielders, you got 4 of them. Akil Baddoo, Robbie Grossman, Riley Greene, Victor Reyes. Your DH is Miggy. Your utility is Harold Castro. Your 28th man is Jack Lopez. Great utility guy. Your pitchers, Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez. Here's the kids. Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal, Matt Manning, Tyler Alexander. Well, he'll go to the bullpen once Michael Pineda is able to come in. Willie Peralta as well. And then your bullpen, your closer, Greg Soto and Michael Fulmer. Fill in the blank for the rest of them.
Scooble's on the mound right now,
yeah,
right?
He is.
You got to bring these kids up, and you got to let them go now.
Yeah, he did not say Baez in that, but shortstop Baez.
I skipped him. He's in here, of course.
Skubal today, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks.
That's not bad.
That's a really, really great line. Perhaps the best line of the day, though, Gregory Soto, the Tigers closer. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, no nothing.
My man's got Javi Baez batting cleanup, by the way.
Yeah,
that's
so
what
that's another
right now,
that's another thing that you'll want to see. And Miguel Cabrera is batting 5th today.
Or 6th.
He's batting 5th today. He apparently has told Tigers manager A.J. Hinch that he is willing to hit anywhere in the order. That is fine. He does not have to hit 3rd or 4th as he has done his entire career. That's unselfishness, too, by a player that could really just say no if he wanted to.
Especially in a year like this where he's about to get embark on 3,000 hits. Have we ever seen a better pro in the Detroit professional sports than Miggy? Have you ever seen a better pro? I mean, obviously there's been some good ones, but how would Miggy rank in terms of your pros? He's been a consummate pro for years, in my opinion.
I disagree just a little bit because I think Miggy is.
He's been mean to the media. He forgets his English when he wants to. You know, it's he's a great hitter. He's one of the greatest of all time.
He's a great player. The fans love him. He's fun to watch, and that's all that matters.
He's great to the fans.
I think in the media perspective,
he don't like us.
Who does?
And I would say I disagree with that because I think players.
I was being sarcastic.
I know,
Ryan.
but
you took offense. I apologize.
Well, here you go. I think players miss the mark on the psychology of the. I wish teams would hire me, and I'll do it for free. To teach them a little bit about the media.
Absolutely.
Because if you have a good relationship with the media, the breaks that you get when you need a break is unheard of. If you are mean to the media, if you're a jerk to the media, they will try to crush you and never give you the benefit of the doubt. And it's so easy, to me anyway, to sit there after the game, answer 8 to 10 minutes worth of questions, give 15 to 20 second sound bites, and be on with your day.
I appreciate that, and there's truth to that. I have a great relationship with the media in New York. I had a great relationship. I was so happy to be out of Cleveland. So I was, hey, whatever you guys want, whatever you guys need. I had a good relationship.
And that opened doors for you as well.
It did.
ESPN, Big Ten Network. It opened all kinds of doors for you where otherwise they would not be open if you did not have the personality that you had with them.
But on the flip side, don't be so gun-ho on the media side. Media does a lot of shady things. They do a lot of shady articles. They make a lot of shady comments. They make comparisons. I saw all that in Cleveland. Mary Kay, I love her to death now. We had our bump in the road. We had our bumping of the heads. She did a lot of stuff I did not agree with. My family did not agree with. Columns that came up, things, little sneaky ways they overhit. On both ends, yes. If you open up, you talk to the media, you do that. That's if you're in a good city. That's if your media has respect for themselves as well as you. I've seen it on the other end where the media didn't give a damn about you because the team sucked. So it was like, you know what? We'll find our story.
The problem is everybody in the media gets lumped in together too. Like a radio host will get lumped in with a beat reporter, which 9 times out of 10, no offense, but beat reporters are probably just going to toe the line and Tigers, Pistons. When's the last time a beat reporter from either of those two, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings? When's the last time you heard a negative story be written by one of those beat writers regarding their own team? The Pistons, they haven't won 20 games in 18 years. Everything's great.
They're on the way. They're on the right track.
So, no disrespect. I understand the game, right? We're all trying to get paid, and we're all trying to get. We all have mortgages, right? We all do what we got to do to get by. But the Tigers. Have you read a bad story about the Tigers from beat reporters at all?
I'll give you an example. Here's a run-in I had with Mary Kay, and I guess
she's a columnist too.
I know, but that's what I'm talking about. You know, I know the difference. I know
you do, but people listening may not.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know the difference between who comes in that locker room.
I know you do, but
she's a beat writer too. She's a beat writer for the Browns.
Oh, I did not know.
Yes,
and that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's a beat writer for the Browns. I remember one time, what was his name? We had a safety. I can't think of his name. He smacked Chad Ochocinco. It was a dirty hit. It was late. We were in Cincinnati. Brian, I can't remember his name, Brian something. But he knocked Chad out. It was a late hit. It was a dirty hit. He got fined. It was an ugly hit. So he interviewed me after the game. Thing one, that's already a setup. Why are you interviewing me about Chad Ochocinco getting hit? It has nothing to do with me, Mary Kay. Why are you talking to me about that? Thing two, she said, what do you think about that hit? I was like, I wouldn't want to get hit like that. I believe it was a little late. But, hey, you know what? He's on my team. He's physical, so I'll take it. The article read, and the heading, Braylon says Brian's hit on Ocho Cinco was a dirty hit. Wow. Why do you do something like that? Wow. So then I walked into the locker room the day after that air. It was like right after Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving game. I walk into the locker room. I got half the defense looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? I was like the enemy.
Wow.
So you created division from within. And he never forgave me. Right. He went to Seattle, came back and played in Cleveland against us, and he tried to take my knee out. He hit me with a low blow, hit me in the knee, and I thought I blew my knee out. Wow. Thank God I didn't. But it's little stuff like that that will give you a bad taste in your mouth. Like, you know what the hell?
Get Mary Kay back on the phone right now.
No kidding. Yeah. By the way, I feel like Lions beat reporters as a whole,
they're pretty good.
They're good, man.
They have no choice.
Yeah.
What do you want them to write good about? Right. There's nothing good.
Nothing
but
good
what happens is
we almost won a playoff game.
Right.
Now, bad cities, what the media does, what the beat writers do, get that out there, get that right. What they do is they come up with other stuff that no longer matters to football. Like if your team sucks, if you're the Cleveland Browns, we've always sucked when I was there. We had one good year. They sucked for years before that. So if the story is always, what are you going to do this year? What are you going back to the drawing board? Are you working harder? That gets old. So you start coming up with other angles, other things. That's what bad cities do.
Right. All right, guys. We're going to take a break. Come right back.
We brought back some memories.
On a side note, I would have been the greatest PR guy for a team.
I know.
That anyone could have hired.
I agree.
I would have talked freaking Miguel Cabrera into freaking singing Kumbaya with the media. I promise you that.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons why Brandon Inge always got a pass, too. Yeah. Because he was the first, whether he was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, he would sit in his locker every day and answer 20 minutes worth of questions.
Who's number one in all sports?
Darren McCarty. Darren McCarty.
Took the hit for everybody.
Yep, no doubt. And by the way, Draper and Maltby as well.
Yep.
I mean, all those guys, I mean, they'd sit there and talk to you.
You got it.
And that's a lot of the reasons why a lot of them get the benefit of the doubt.
And we love them.
Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, gang. It's Maz from MyBookie.ag, and the promo code is Woodward. Got to use Woodward, folks. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Plus, MyBookie is going to say, wow, those people at Woodward Sports are really getting the word out, especially for those beeliners that are listening to us now. If you're going to put your bets in, go to MyBookie.ag right now and use the promo code Woodward. Who are you going to bet on Saturday? March Madness. It's down to the Final Four. It's Kansas and Villanova. KU, it's favored by 4.5. And then the nightcap, we can't wait. It's Duke and North Carolina. Duke, a 4-point favorite. Will Coach K still be dancing, or will Hubert Davis and the Tar Heels send him home once again? Get on it right now. MyBookie.ag. The promo code is Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline. 1-800-270-7117.
Hey, gang, want to tell you about Wing Snob, fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wing Snob, the best traditional wings. Try out those signature sauces. Jamaican jerk, lemon pepper wings, tossed to perfection in any sauce you pick. That's right, with the wings. Ours this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online. Look for a location as well. Wingsnob.com, wingsnob.com. We just have better wings.
Catch that chicken.
Hey, Maz, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
I'm extremely excited about the game. You get to see Coach K and Duke take on Hubert Davis and UNC.
Yes,
First
sir.
time they've ever met. They're meeting
can't
in the
believe
Final
it.
Four. Like this is something out of a dream. This is something out of a movie.
That's what's up.
This is arguably the best rivalry in college sports. I think it's not over Michigan, Ohio State. But it's
college basketball.
It's up there. College basketball at snowboard is number one. But something in me wishes that Hubert Davis, and this is no knock to Hubert Davis, something in me wishes that either Roy Williams was still the coach or Dean Smith was in this moment. Because you get Coach K, you get Roy Williams. It's the last game for Coach K. Something about that moment would have been, I think it would have hit just a little bit harder.
No kidding, man. 1 year too late.
1 year too late.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they're not there if Roy Williams is the head coach, though. You know, I mean, maybe they're not.
Excuse me, Mister. I know that. I was just saying.
I will tell you though. Well, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. I had it down here.
Hey, Jay Wright against Bill Self's pretty good too.
Yeah,
this is true. Best coach in
Bill Self's a crook.
Oh yeah,
you know he's.
But he don't want. He's under the radar.
Yeah, he's
sneaky.
Yeah, he's a crook.
Not
man.
with those 5 charges.
Now, I will say we'll talk about Final Four tomorrow on the show. I feel like there's no way Carolina could beat Duke at Cameron Indoor, end his home season. Or his home career and end his career, period.
Oh, it could happen.
Can they?
Yes.
Everybody's playing for second place anyway, or second, third, and fourth because Jay Wright's going after
You're
number
a Jay
3.
Wright guy. I love that you're a Jay Wright guy.
I love Jay Wright. He's a damn good coach.
I love him too.
He does it the right way.
it.
The guy every year. Man, I love Jay Wright.
Not this time, Bray.
I love Jay Wright.
Time of the day we like to play
Maz's videos
of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
What a game last night, especially in the fourth quarter. The Nets and the Pistons, back and forth they went. Of course, the Nets are a little bit too much for him, but Cade Cunningham does it again. 34 for him in limited time. What did he play? 37 minutes? 41-11 for the Slim Reaper, Kevin Durant. And after the game, someone went up to Kevin Durant and asked him about those Pistons.
When you got a 6'7" point guard, I mean, it's a good start, you know. You know what I mean? Somebody that can wreck a whole defensive game plan, you know, with his size, his talent, and skill. So it's a great start. And then you got on line Sadiq Bey and Marvin Bagley and Jeremy Grant and Isaiah Stewart. I mean, they got just length and toughness down the line, and with a great coaching staff. That's going to get the best out their players. So I can see this team being something forced to be reckoned with in the future.
How about that, huh? That's some good stuff.
Everybody that after the game, everybody that they've interviewed after the Pistons played somebody, like all high caliber players, they love him, man. Whether it's DeMar DeRozan was one of the first guys I saw say something about him. They all love Cade Cunningham. They love his game. They like the nucleus of the Pistons too a little bit. So
after the game, Cade Cunningham, a great night for him. He had he hurt his tailbone, I think, in that game. Went out for a little bit, came back again. 33 points, or 30? Is it 33 exact? 34 in 37
points.
minutes. This is what he had to say after the game.
I mean, you know, that's one of the legends of the game at this point. He's done so much in basketball in the NBA. So to be on the court with him and you know, to be competing against him, you know, in itself is a big stage. And you know, my teammates and I, we work really hard to compete with teams. And you know, on a stage like this, playing the Nets, him, Kyrie, they got, you know, a roster full of guys that have done a lot in this league. So I didn't want to leave my teammates behind. And, you know, I wanted to try to help. And second half I got going and things started flowing for me.
Saw one of those jackets in the Bad Boy video in the early 90s. The cool thing about Cade Cunningham is he talked in depth in that interview. He said something else later on in the interview. He wasn't worried about Rookie of the Year early in the season. He said he didn't care about that. He said he wanted to grow. He wanted to just get better and better and better, be better for his team. He wanted it to be organically fit in there. You got to love this guy, man. Like, literally, they talked about, oh, it's not flashy, and, you know, he's not a big scorer. All right, well, he dropped 29 in a quarter and a half. That's not that means you can't score on the New York Nets. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets.
Did you see him take KD to the basket
with the up and under? Yeah,
and the 3-point play.
Crazy.
That guy can play, man. If they screw him out of Rookie of the Year, it says they don't like Detroit.
He'll get at least.
I mean, the only reason why
because he plays for the Pistons.
Well, yes, but you look at what Evan Mobley did in just, you know, he's injured.
And Cleveland's winning.
And Cleveland, there's nobody that thought Cleveland would be a top 6 seed in the East right now. But he's got good players around him. Good players around him. So
only 10 NBA rookies have ever done
in the history
of the NBA have done what Cade Cunningham is doing right now. And oh, by the way, they all were Rookie of the Year.
I got one more for you guys. Little college basketball. This player has got an Oreos on the table. So he's got to sink 2 shots and sink an Oreo in a cup of milk. Here we go. Check this out. To go to the Final Four. As the Oreo is sunk, now he's going to go to half court. Although Al May says it's not really half court.
It did look a little close, that 3-point line.
That looks like a Will Smith.
Look at this. Boom!
That looked like a Steph Curry 3.
That gets tickets to the Final Four for that.
That looks like the gym in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh.
It's a smaller gym.
That rim and that half court was so short. It was like one side, man. It was all
That's fine.
Love you guys. Get us out of here. Great day today. Hit that like button.
Hell of a show. We appreciate you guys for listening, watching, man. We're bringing the best content. We're bringing new content every day. We're having fun. We got Sam over there, Flannel Sam. We got Alex over here, my right tackle. We got Maz on the couch and Ermanni. We're having fun. We talked about the Oscar movies that we love. Talked about. You're killing me, Petey. Tomorrow, though, let's get into some Final Four, man. It's that time, and also WrestleMania is this weekend, so you got me hyped with the Undertaker talk early, so let's get into some of that tomorrow. We appreciate you. We love you. We're coming back tomorrow. More content, better than ever. This is The Bottom Line.
Well, he's got Kevin on his back. He knows he's not a threat now, and then just kind of controls it in that one hand, the right hand. Goes reverse and successfully.